Welcome back to ALEC's This Week in American History. Let's get started. On this week in 1848, the Seneca Falls Convention began. Held from July 19th to 20th, approximately 300 women's rights advocates met in Seneca Falls, New York, to discuss the social, civil, and religious conditions and rights of women. Well-known attendees included Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Frederick Douglass. Stanton and others presented the Declaration of Sentiments and other resolutions for debate, including one calling for women's suffrage. While many opposed the suffrage resolution, Douglass, the convention's only African-American attendee, argued for its inclusion and the resolution was retained. The convention met annually until 1861 due to the outbreak of the Civil War. On this week in 1959, Nixon and Khrushchev held their famous kitchen debate. On July 24, 1959, Vice President Richard Nixon toured an American National Exhibition in Moscow along with the Soviet premier. The exhibition was a model home built by American exhibitors, which was meant to represent the fruits of the free market. As the two leaders toured the home, they debated American technological advantages, nuclear war, and the virtues of capitalism versus communism. The debate would help springboard Nixon to the Republican nomination for president in 1960. And finally, on this week in 1969, America won the space race. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first human beings to walk on the moon. On July 16th, the two men, along with command module pilot Michael Collins, took off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard Apollo 11. 4 days later, Armstrong and Aldrin descended to the lunar surface aboard a lunar module known as the Eagle, landing in the Sea of Tranquility. With his famous line,
"It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind,"
Armstrong led Aldrin in planting an American flag, walking the surface, collecting lunar samples, and speaking with President Richard Nixon by phone.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made.
On July 24th, the crew safely splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. NASA's Artemis program intends to have humans back on the lunar surface in September of 2028. Join us again next Wednesday for another edition of ALEC's This Week in American History.